Alright, so looks like we're starting. First player appears to be the crab player. Oh, maybe not. We actually haven't decided yet. He is only to be addressed as Automoto, pronounced in the manner of Motorola's Hello Moto. Automoto. I don't know if you guys say auto differently up there in Scotland. If so, please correct me. Alright, so interesting flop here for gzoymp. Gzoymp flops 2 storehouses, 1 keeper, and a master whisperer. Meanwhile, we see Michael go ahead and drop a those who serve. This is a pretty good time to do it. Your City of the Rich Frog is live, and your opponent does not have a courtier on board to go ahead and eat that. So, Envoy comes out first. Quartermaster found. And so we're probably going to see Student here, Heated Guardian, Yasuki. Everyone's going to come in a second. And this Heated Guardian is literally free, so you might as well just go ahead and buy them. I think you go ahead and buy the Student on one also, and yeah, Heated Guardian for free. He didn't buy it. I guess there's no point, huh? Maybe he wants to save it for later. They say everything different in Scotland. Not just everything, but other words too. I like it. I know it's probably pretty stereotypical, but the word I like hearing the most in Scottish accent is murder. I'm not gonna attempt to say it like they say it, but it always tickles me when I hear Scottish people say the word. Akaka is saying Michael always has Way of the Crab against me. Well, not this time. It would have been a pretty good value one though, so definitely kind of bold play here for gzoymp, only buying the Master Whisperer, but you know, Scorpion can sort of just play things without consequence sometimes. Never punished. Did he bid 1? Oh no, he bid 5. He just has that many less cards. How? Wait, what happened here? Oh, he rebuilt already. Okay, so that's fine. Alright. Way the Scorpion comes down on Sukune. Sukune is still going to be at 3 because of 2 tactical ingenuities. What a draw. Yeah, so I was taking a look at his discard pile from one of the last games. He doesn't have that many commanders in his deck. I think it's just Sukune. And I know he does have Take Up Command, which sort of offsets the need for Dynasty Commanders, but still definitely little dice rolly here. Sukune is still going to be able to break this province, though. Display of Power going to come out and steal this Earth Ring, discards a Katana. Not the worst thing in the world, but he does get a Keeper Initiate off of it. So, a little spooky. But Display of Power is gone, Toshi Rambo's gone. All these are good things. The early rebuild onto the Iron Mine is nice because that protects Sukune from getting assassinated. Ark in chat saying, with Dynasty Acceleration it's probably okay. Yeah, I'm still a little hesitant, but you know, I think if Crab were to get one more commander, then I would be all about it for sure. Alright, so just a conflict of the Void Ring here, or at City of the Rich Frog with the Void Ring. Coming in, Keeper of Earth is Michael, so yeah, so that's not actually in play right now. Court Games honors the Master Whisperer. That'll put him at enough strength here. So he did have a Way of the Crab. I guess he drew it from the Oh, he got it from the tactical ingenuity. So getting rid of the keeper is fine, I guess. Maybe I would have saved it for a different time, but there's not too many other times to save it. You might as well just go ahead and burn. Use it as a sack outlet instead. Take up command on the Shrewd Yasuki will allow Sukune to come into the conflict, but gets bowed by Earth Becomes Sky. So no fate now for the Scorpion player. He is going to get this Void Ring off, but again, the Iron Mind sort of saving him from having to suffer the consequences. It'll allow him to get assassinated next turn for sure. And there's a Core Games coming out of the Yasuki now. Alright, so gzoymp's going to pass. So that'll be a win on the Void Ring for Michael. Automoto Michael. Testing will come out on the Yasuki. So this is a pretty blistering start for Michael here. It's going to allow him to squeeze in another political conflict here. No fate left for gzoymp, so he doesn't have to worry about display of power. Hits before the throne, so sort of the same concept here. He doesn't have to break it if he doesn't want to. He can go ahead and try to pressure it, but I think if he has the fan, so he's going to go ahead and do it. So that's fine. The air ring will offset the honor loss from the before the throne. Smart of gzoymp to go ahead and city the open hand first before he gained too much honor, and wouldn't be able to get that the activation there. So Michael will go down to 8 honor. Only 3 cards though for him. Gzoymp will pass his second conflict, and so he comes out of turn 1 very ahead on cards, but also down on provinces. He lost 2 provinces that turn, and Michael right now sitting pretty with 2 tactical ingenuities on Sukune, and also just Sukune in general to go ahead and do some filtering. So, man, look at this card, and then look at this card. That's crazy. Yeah, so there's the Master Whisper coming out right now. So discards Court Game, Slovenly Scavenger, and Miyako. Already down to 25 cards in this conflict deck. And now we see some stuff. We have Kogoe in this deck. She's okay. Quartermaster will come out. That's pretty nice. What Michael really needs though right now is a real good sack outlet. So right now he just has this the Student of Anatomies, right? But he needs something else. If he had like a funeral pyre or something like that, I think he would be in a really good position. But one of the big issues that he has right now is that his board's going to go away pretty soon. He buys Oushi. Both players bidding 5, so that tells me that gzoymp's hand's not the strongest it probably could be. He's probably looking for some edicts. He needs something to sort of stay alive here. Yeah, there's the there's the Master Whisperer. Crab board going away, that's a funny joke. Well, I mean, I think to a certain extent it kind of is. He does have the Vanguard Warrior and he does have the Iron Mind, so I guess the important ones are not going away. That is very true. I think if gzoymp has an Assassinate, he just goes ahead and burns it on one of these things just to Get rid of the Iron Mine, so that way you have to choose between Sukune or the Yasuki. Censure, court games discarded. And there's the Caillou Forges. Okay, so the Forges is actually going to let him look for... oh, he picks Kunileb. That's probably fair. He might actually be able to just go ahead and smash Scorpion Brute Force here. Still on 9 honor, doesn't have to be that conservative, but... We'll see. No fate left for Michael, but he does have this Gallant Quartermaster, which will print him 2 fate. Blanks the Mia Mystic. Kuni experimenting at the Rich Frog. Yeah, I mean, this is apparently the city of the Rich Frog is home for all the Mahusukai. Watering attack here will force the defense. Probably going to be Sukune, if I had to guess. Yeah, you can go ahead and defend with Sukune and the Vanguard Warrior. This is a military attack, which will enable Oushi to go off. So maybe a little bit dangerous here for gzoymp to be attacking in. I might spend some time playing Crab. I really like this deck as a whole. It's very fun, and I would like to find a way for... I like Oushi as a card. I like anything that says you can declare an additional military conflict, right? So... Alright, so Sukune is going to draw a bunch of cards now. So what did he get from Tactical Ingenuity? He bricked, and he got a Common Cause. And Sukune got him some card for court games. Oushi is like a better HMT, right? Yes. Kind of. Yes and no. Alright, so we know at least we have the Common Cause to be used to restand something if necessary. He doesn't have anything on board, I guess, other than the Student of Anatomies to sacrifice to it, so that's why he's going to go ahead and attack with the Student now. He's going to go ahead and go Earth. Display of Power could still be in play, Effective Deception there, of course, which would prevent him from getting his Keeper and would give 2 Keepers to gzoymp, so maybe dangerous here. No defense, yeah, that tells me for sure it's going to be Display of Power. I don't know if Michael is running Censure or not, but I think by this point gzoymp would have to have at least one, whatchamacallit, Edict. But you could just Effective Deception in anyway. Ooh, he discards a rat. So that might have been something that he might have used to initiate another conflict. But one thing that gzoymp needs to worry about is that he might die just to all these characters over here. So Common Cause will let him discard the Student of Anatomies to restand probably the Yasuki. The Yasuki in turn, which can use Take Up Command to ready Sukune. So what Michael needs to worry about is, I guess, the Common Cause getting edicted. Revels will allow him to bow this Master Whisperer. And now you have to ask yourself, I guess, how much you care about defending this. I mean, the Iron Mine is, you know, you want to leave it there, but it's not going to die from this political attack. Because I don't think that there's any way for him to pump up enough to actually get through this, unless he's playing like Kachiko or something like that. Tessins are also a possibility. Yeah, that's another thing. I think Tessin's probably the safer choice. Assassination is going to try to discard the Yasuki. Yeah, there's the Iron Mind to go ahead and save it. So it looks like he's going to have to make the choice of, is it going to be Sukune who dies, or is it going to be the Yasuki? I would, again, probably choose the Yasuki instead. But there's a rebuild, so there's Iron Mind coming back. If gzoymp has the Edict, we might see it now, but he might want to save it for this actual conflict on his stronghold. Alright, so honoring the Keeper Initiate. This means that gzoymp is only going to have one Keeper left, and it's going to be the one that's not honored, so I don't know if he can actually withstand this attack. That's kind of dicey territory. People are pinging me, asking me to play Grand Blue right now, but I am dedicated to the cause. I am streaming some L5R today, and then I'll play Grand Blue later tonight. Alright, so here's the conflict out abandoning honor. We're going to see Wave the Scorpion come out on Oushi, which is going to reduce her skill by 1, which is not a lot. Take-up command can happen in a second. That'll bring Sukune into the conflict. I don't think he's really contributing that much. What, he's doing +2? Oh no, but also 2 labs, so it'd be +4. So, I honestly have no idea what gzoymp can do here. 10 cards in hand, but really there's not much you can do when you're losing by this much on board. Calling in favors to steal the take-up command. Okay. But there's another one. Shoutouts to my boy Soikin, the person who's asked me to play Grand Blue. But as you can see, I'm streaming this right now instead. So, take a command. Wait, he chooses the Vanguard Warrior instead, which is, I think, odd. I think you probably want to go ahead and take Sukune, since Sukune is already dishonored and his stats can't be affected anymore. So. Not that it makes a big difference right now in this situation, but there you go, right? So there's the Wave the Scorpion coming out on the Vanguard Warrior. And that appears to be it for tricks that Michael has. There's going to be a Bonsai coming out on this Keeper Initiate. I don't think this is going to be enough, honestly. There's a Goblin Sneak in here. That puts it up to 13-6. Not sure what else you can do now. I think we're going to see a pass from gzoymp and a GG. I could be mistaken. I don't know. Maybe there's something I'm not thinking about right now, but I'm running through my head what options he has, and I think there are not too many. So one thing I think that he could have done in this situation too was instead of playing the Calling in Favors first, he could have waited and played the Calling in Favors on the Goblin Sneak. And then, that way he could use the take-up command. Well, actually, no. There's nothing he can ready with that, so never mind. That actually doesn't matter. So yeah, so there's the GG, and Michael McCormick, the Automoto, will be moving on to the finals and our top cut. Because I'm saying accidentally honored the wrong keeper. I don't know if it would have made a difference, but that would have given him +2 skill and maybe save him from breaking here. But I imagine that Michael probably had at least one more trick up his sleeve. There's the effort to go ahead and and discard Oushi, but congrats to Michael, and let's go check on the other game real quick and see what's going on with Steel first game. So I think the other one is Iton and Jinsito. I don't want to like randomly barge into Steel for stream right now, so I'll rejoin. I'll link back up with him in a second. But for those of you who are here and don't feel like moving anywhere, we'll go ahead and jump into the other game. So this is also Crab versus Crane, and as we can see, it appears that Crane is actually doing pretty well. Iton, I think, is running a similar deck to what Michael is running. Oh, no, not quite. He's on Keeper Water, so that means he's going to have Fight on, most likely. We don't see any in the discard, but he has two. What is this? The Prayers to Ebisu. Alright, so this game is actually going a lot worse for Crab than the previous game that we saw. So right now you see Kusunobu, you see Kuanon, and the Steward of Law here is providing some nice extra insurance. Common Cause to ready Sukune. It's not going to fire though. It gets voiced. Jinsito sitting pretty right now, I must say. So we'll be going into the next turn with him with the favor. Iton does not have a whole lot going for him right now. He does have 15 honor, but that really doesn't mean anything, right? A Funeral Pyre here, whatever. The Ebisu meta, yeah. Look, one of my Scorpion friends at Worlds got kind of rocked by Prayers to Ebisu in a Crab deck, so it can happen to the best of us. This is not a fantastic flop for Iton. He's going to have to go ahead and pop those who serve now. We'll get him a Mystic, one of the Forgotten, and a Yasuki. I think he might just get broken on political here, though. So he finds a Vanguard Warrior. He'll get the Yasuki. We're going to probably see a... if I were Jinsito, I would be careful here and just go ahead and bid kind of low, maybe like 3 or something like that. Keeps you relatively safe. I don't think you need many more cards to put yourself in a winning position here. Jinsito goes ahead and bins 5 anyway, so that's probably fine. I don't think there's any way for you to actually lose 3 honor this turn, so Steward of the Law there is a sort of extra insurance. Iton running Reprieve. And interesting, I guess, that he chooses to go ahead and I don't know. I guess I don't fully understand the decision for him to bid 2, other than maybe attempt to dishonor, but again, if you're going to commit to that, you might as well just go ahead and bid 1. All right, so we do see. Oh man, what a killer! He's going for the air ring. Well, let's see. Actually, one thing that Iton's deck I do remember now that does have going for him is that he does have Watch Commander in this deck, and so if he does have a Watch Commander right now, that will be pretty swell for him. All three Let Go's are gone. I don't know what happened to them. I guess probably upholding, if I had to guess. No, I guess they just all got used at some point. So all three Let Go's. There is still a Mia Mystic left to act as insurance against the Watch Commander. But yeah, Christian saying, I don't think it matters yet. It probably doesn't matter right now, honestly. There's no, I mean, I think there's no way for you to actually survive this political attack as the crab player. Well, let's see. Let's count it up. 3, 4, 6, 9. So 9 here, and then we have, oh, actually, he's going military. Political or military doesn't matter. Well, political actually is preferable, but, you know, 9 is not enough to break, so he's going to have another card here. He could have the 4 Shames with the Steward of Law coming in. And that would be pretty clutch. Mood is blocked with the Mystic, yeah, I think so also. If your only goal is to prevent the honor loss, then you might as well just go ahead and just chump block and just guarantee that you're actually going to break on this attack. Because right now you're not, and if you don't have another card, there was a chance actually that that Iton could have put a Watch Commander on now. Looks like he's just digging for one though, so I think he's done. 4 Greater Glory in this deck. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, only 5 cards left. There could still be some opportunity for him to survive this attack. But it is a water attack, and then Kuzunobo will be standing up for the counter attack afterwards. So not looking good for Iton right now. Potentially he's just dead. One is getting bowed by Dojo too. Yeah, that's also about to happen. Oh, policy debate. Yikes, okay. So 2 rebuilds is good. Fan is also good, contributes some stats. Rebuild, there is 1 lab, so you probably want to go ahead and get rid of one of the rebuilds at least. So lab is +4. So you're still winning the conflict. Actually, I don't know. Again, I don't know if it matters. So it might have been better to go ahead and take the fan because you can only rebuild 1 lab here, and he's gonna get back the. He's gonna get it no matter what here. So the fan, discarding the fan gets rid of the upper limit, so that you don't have to play another card yourself. But again, you do have the dojo ready. Hello, Arash. Yeah, so I was streaming the other game, but it ended very quickly, so I just decided to go ahead and hop in this one. I'll be linking back up with Steelfur in a little bit. This is not the Those Who Swerve channel. That's Steelfur. So once I rejoin Finbar, we will talk again about Those Who Swerve, since it will be a crab guaranteed in the finals. This is to see whether or not it's going to be a crab mirror or it's going to be a crab crane. Alright, yeah, so Bonsai just to guarantee the Kakita Dojo here. Ornate Fan's going to come out, but this Yasuke is going to get bowed in a second. Alright, the Yasuke is now bowed. Yeah, it is not a character ability, so therefore is able to use. So Jinsito is going to go ahead and take it, and which means that our finals will be Crane versus Crab.